Hi everyone, Simon Keeling here, Monday the 9th of July. Thanks again for watching. I say this every time, but the videos and the site are all kept free of charge by the adverts you see around the screen. So if you see an advert that's on there, that basically means that you're generating revenue for us, because the more you come back to the site, the more adverts we can show you, and that generates more revenue, which keeps the site free of charge. So thank you for doing that. Thank you for using the charts, thank you for viewing the videos, and for telling your friends about the forecast too. Okay, I am starting to see a glimmer, and it is merely a glimmer of hope. Don't get too excited yet at all, but this is a weak ridge of high pressure that may start to build in as we head into next week. Now, I know you may say, well, you said it was going to get better in the middle part of July. Yes, I did, but that was based much on analogues and on long-range models. What we're seeing here is some consistency coming in from the day-to-day operational models, hinting at pressure building into next week, collapsing away, and then more of a build of pressure into the following week to take us into that final third of July. Now, it's not everywhere that's going to be experiencing dry conditions, or that may experience dry conditions. There are some bits and pieces in there changing as well, but there are hints that things could be dry, particularly across the south of the country. I think the north of the country probably struggles a little bit. Let me just put some meat onto the bones for you and show you the charts. This is the chart for the 17th, which is next Tuesday, and this is from the Canadian model. Now, notice how we've got that ridge built in through the southern part of the country. The white lines here are isobars, by the way. The shading, the colours, are the 500 millibar flow. Look at that area of low pressure just to the northwest of Scotland. Now, that ridge doesn't last long, as I shall now demonstrate, because that's 24 hours later. Look, on the 18th of July, with low pressure going through, taking rain through Scotland, probably some rain further south as well. And then by the time we get further on onto the 19th, this is midnight on the 19th, we've got a westerly flow and an unsettled look to things. But it's that ridge that I want you to remember. Then look at the ECMWF. This is for midnight on the 18th, so this is for midnight on the Tuesday going into Wednesday next week. Look, ridge of high pressure. Once again, the low isn't there, so that's something we need to watch, but the important thing is that that ridge is. Knock it on by 24 hours, and yes, we go more into an unsettled westerly, with rain across Scotland and northern England and possibly Northern Ireland, but dry down to the south. So the ECMWF backs up that opinion as well. What of the ensemble model? Well, that's the ensemble for the same time. This is midnight from Tuesday into Wednesday, and look, weak ridge of high pressure. They've got the low pressure there as well, look, but this weak ridge of high pressure building in, with the Azores high coming a little bit further north. Knock that on by 12-hour steps, and the low does cross Scotland even on the ensemble model, but once it clears out the way, we find another ridge building in. So this is taking us up to around about the 20th, which is the Friday the 20th, that the ridge starting to build back in. So there are some hints of a change of regime, with the ridge of high pressure from the Azores high coming north, as it should at this time of year. So some hints from the model that this change might be taking place. Let's just go through the days. That's what I want, that one there. Let's go through the days step by step and just see how things develop. This is the ensemble model, so this is the forecast chart for midday today, look, and here's our rain across southern Scotland and across parts of Ireland. Now, as we knock that on, you'll notice low pressure out to the east, high pressure out to the west. This is the ridge that I thought would build through us for this week, bringing the better weather to the UK, but that hasn't happened, so we need to live with what we've got. So into tomorrow, we find this northwesterly flow, the little area of low pressure forming across central England. This could bring some really heavy rain through central parts of England during the course of the day tomorrow, and it's something that we need to watch out for, because in quite a narrow band through central England, we could find 30 millimetres plus of rainfall falling across central Wales, central parts of the Midlands, and into East Anglia during tomorrow. That could lead to some more localised flooding, particularly given how sodden the ground is. Heavy showers developing across southern Scotland and northern parts of England during the day on Tuesday. Then we get overnight into Wednesday, and on Wednesday we find a northwesterly flow, rain affecting eastern areas, some of it quite heavy at times, but some heavy showers out towards the west of the country, drier in the far south and drier through Ireland too. Then we find through the day on overnight into Thursday, we find dry conditions for many, rain clearing away from the eastern coast, but look at this rain coming into the west. That rain is moving in through Thursday across Ireland, Wales and England, spreading its way eastwards, probably not reaching the far east until mid-afternoon into the evening, but then some pretty hefty bursts of rain affecting southern parts of England and southern Wales during the day on Friday. Now, this area of low pressure slips its way eastwards, look, through the weekend, and eventually rain will clear away to the east, although it could be wet again across many central and eastern areas. And again, we need to think about localised flooding simply because of the amount of surface water that's already around. That low is still around, still evident by the time we get through Saturday, a northwesterly flow bringing a mix of sunshine and showers. And then through Sunday we find sunshine and showers too, but far fewer of them. It's going to be coasts that really see those, of northern and western Scotland, northern and western Ireland, northwest England, northern and western Wales and the southwest of England, but many central and eastern areas probably seeing a much drier day through Sunday. Then into Monday, the ridge of high pressure builds in, and I think for many of us Monday could actually be a dry day too, so there could be some good sunny spells around on Monday with dry conditions. Some cloud increasing out towards the far west, bringing rain into western Wales, northwest England, western Scotland later, but this only patchy rain, most of the rain coming into western parts of Ireland late on in the afternoon and into the evening. Then as we get through in towards next Tuesday, which is the 17th, we find cloud and outbreaks of rain for western Scotland, western parts of England, western Wales and Ireland, with some drizzle or outbreaks of rain here, but many central and eastern areas are dry, so this hint of this dry weather coming in. And then we're on to the ridge that builds through during the overnight period into the 18th, which takes us into next Wednesday, and you can see these drier, clearer conditions coming through, and that's how things stay through much of Wednesday, although some showers will come in later on in the day, turning to more persistent outbreaks of rain as the front comes in. But then we watch for that ridge of high pressure building in toward the back end of next week, and here it comes. Look, we get rid of the low off the north of Scotland, so still some outbreaks of rain in northern Scotland, but drier look down to the south. And you'll notice how when I run the sequence through, that dry weather really persists as we head into the 20th, 21st and also into the 22nd of July for the southern part of the country, although western coast, Scotland and Ireland perhaps are going to be seeing outbreaks of rain and strong winds at times. More southern areas where that ridge extends from the Azores High are tending to stay dry, so there's a definite hint here of some changes taking place and some dry conditions trying to get their way through during that last third of July. These are the ideas I was hinting at a couple of days ago that I've been trying to build on, and it looks as if this may now be happening. So from about the 20th onwards, we need to think of the southern half of the country becoming drier. I'm afraid still wetter towards the north and the west, but probably not the huge quantities of rainfall that we've seen recently. So hopefully that keeps you up to date. I'll keep you up to date obviously through the course of this week as to how this develops. Don't want to be saying anything definite about this just yet. We need to build the story that this is how things could progress. So, as I said at the beginning, thanks for watching, thanks for coming along. By showing you the adverts, it generates revenue for us. So thank you for using the charts and for telling your friends about the site. So keep the sun shining, and bye for now.